Hey, what's going on, sports fans? TJ Jones here, and welcome to another edition of the State of the NFL podcast. And we are watching, as of right now, the Monday Night Football matchup between the Washington Commanders and the Kansas City Chiefs. This game is in Arrowhead, and as of right now, the score is 0-0. Been checking it out for the last few minutes here, and thought it's been an interesting game so far. Both defenses seem like they came to play. Uh, both teams have a turnover right now. You had Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders. Marcus Mariota is playing tonight because of Jaden Daniels dealing with an injury. They were driving, and all of a sudden, they tried to throw a screen pass to Debo Samuel. It bounces off his helmet into the hands of the defender. And then you've seen Kansas City was able to drive down the field, and Marshawn Lattimore was able to pick off the ball, man, for an interception. So pretty cool stuff right now, man. Both teams seem like they understand the assignment. The Washington Commanders are trying to play much better. Last time they were on the field, they got beat to sleep by the Dallas Cowboys. And this was a rough outing for the defense. And looking at this defense, man, and this alignment, man, you got a lot of guys on this Commanders team that are up there in age, man. You got Von Miller, Bobby Wagner, Marshawn Lattimore. Like, a lot of guys have been in a lot of wars around this mug. So, and right now, the Washington Commanders tried to go for it on fourth down. Marcus Mariota tried to hook up with Zach Ertz, and it was about inches short for a first down. So, as we can see, Patrick Mahomes tries to get a ball to Rashee Rice, and he gets tackled behind the line of scrimmage there. So, man, the Washington Commanders seem like they're playing very inspired football right now as we come to the end of the first quarter. Appreciate everybody stopping by. Look, man, I ain't got no sophisticated setup right now, man. I'm chilling on my couch right now watching this game in my living room, okay? So, look, if y'all ain't into that, man, I apologize, all right? But we chilling. We in a kickback right now, right? We family around this thing. You've been rocking with me. Look, this it is what it is tonight. Patrick Mahomes throws. That pass is caught by Rashee Rice, and he's tackled right away. And that's probably going to be the last play of the first quarter. Special shout out to everybody in the chat right now, man. Special shout out to you. It's very simple. If you just rolled up on this channel, we answer questions, whether it's from your favorite team, college football, NFL, etc., etc. So make sure that y'all go ahead and put those comments in the chat, and make sure that y'all hit that like button in the process, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button in the process. But like I said, man, we chilling tonight, all right? We chilling. We got our bubbly right here, you know what I'm saying, our seltzer water, and we chilling, man, watching this game. We go ahead and read some of your comments. Special shout out to Jerry stopping by. Juicy said, Laddie with the pick. Yeah, man, that was good to see, man. Look, even though Marshawn Lattimore isn't the cornerback that he once was, man, I still root for Marshawn Lattimore. Still one of my favorite players in the league, man. You ain't never going to really hear me say nothing bad about the guy, man. Like, just one of my favorite players to play the game. So good to see that he got off the snide there, man. It was a rough outing for him last week going up against George Pickens. He needed that interception in a major way. TJ, what's good, man? Can't wait to see you tomorrow on NFC South Roundtable. I'm a Falcon fan. Please trash my team up on the show tomorrow. They deserve it. Look, man, I don't intentionally sit up there and just try to trash anybody. I joke and have a good time, of course. But, I try to provide some type of insight. Like, anybody that ever watched the NFC South Roundtable, I try to be as fair as I possibly can. And that's across the board. That includes me representing the Saints on that show. So, we always have a good time over there, man. Looking forward to doing that show on tomorrow night. So make sure y'all check it out for those that don't know, the NFC South Roundtable, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, right here on YouTube. All you got to do is search NFC South Roundtable. Justin said, you good, TJ? We still here. Yeah, man, look, I'm laid back chilling tonight, man. Like I said, I'm on the couch. That's how we go. That's how we gonna rock. We sitting on the couch watching the game together. Gotta eat dinner. Going to be back in 20 minutes. Got some questions for sure. Yeah, man, take your time, man. Hey, man, I just finished eating some ribs myself, man. Some ribs, and shoot, like I said, man, just out here just chilling, man. Like I say, it's gonna be a different type of vibe on this show, man. Anybody that knows, I'm normally got the green screen up in my office. Tonight, man, we just watching the game, chilling. 1-7 Saints. Yeah, they pretty terrible, man. It's good to actually watch some teams that actually want to win and that can actually execute. You know, sometimes you got to get away from the nonsense that you watch every single week that involve your favorite team and watch some teams that's actually relevant and can get some things done. As we see a pass from Patrick Mahomes to Juju Smith-Schuster, and that's going to be a first down. So first down for Juju Smith-Schuster, Patrick Mahomes trying to shake off that interception on the last drive and trying to get some points on the board, man. So it's time to get ready to rock and roll here. You know, Patrick Mahomes has been taking care of the football quite well this season. That was only his third interception of the year. So he's really been taking care of the football. So 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs as we see Noah Gray in motion. Here's the snap. Patrick Mahomes rolls to his left, tries to get around the defender, gets past the line of scrimmage, and tries to get it himself. Bobby Wagner pushes him out of bounds. People want a flag, but he was still in bounds. So every time somebody touches Patrick Mahomes, doesn't garner a flag, contrary to popular belief from the Kansas City Chiefs fans. All right. Yeah, but I mean, that was a really good run right there. Patrick Mahomes, man, like a lot of people don't realize that he's a tough guy, man. He ain't afraid to lower that shoulder and run somebody over. Like he tough as they come, man. I know he gets a lot of preferential treatment sometimes, but he is tough nonetheless. Here's the snap. And that pass is a quick pass off to Travis Kelce. And right away, man, Reeves is right there to bring him down. So, man, Travis Kelce, man, I mean, at his age, man, he's not the swiftest guy in the world, no pun intended. But, you know, you have to get up in his face. He can still make somebody miss. And that was a really good tackle right there by Reeves. I promise you, no pun intended when I said he's not as swift, okay? Some of y'all know I'm talking about his engagement to pop superstar Taylor Swift. But 3rd and 4 for the Kansas City Chiefs as they send Xavier Worthy in motion from left to right. He goes around the formation. Quick pass. That pass is tipped up and intercepted by Bobby Wagner. Bobby Wagner with the interception, and it was deflected, popped up in the air. That was no fault of Patrick Mahomes, but the OGs have come to play tonight. Marshawn Lattimore with a pick, and now we have Bobby Wagner with a pick. Okay, the Washington Commanders definitely trying to make things right after the sorry performance by the defense last week, and Patrick Mahomes is off to a rough start. 2 first-half interceptions. Rather his fault or not, is a pick. Said a good spot to be. Yeah, man, definitely a good spot to be. I think I already read a few of these. Let me scroll down a little bit. Says, TJ, do you think Miss Gail Benson will ever fire Mickey Loomis in the future? I don't think that Mickey Loomis will ever be fired, but I do feel that Gail Benson would probably have a conversation with him that involve him stepping down and relieving him of his general manager duties, and it'll probably be to a point where they would probably ask him to step down willingly versus like trying to, force him out of the door, which would end up looking bad and messing up his reputation. Even though some people would say his reputation is already messed up, it's one thing to be fired. It's another thing to step down. Some people feel that way, but I feel like it would actually come to Gail Benson going to him saying, we need to go in a different direction and we would like for you to step down versus like just saying you fired. GG coming from Bucks fan. I'm surprised the refs suck. Winfield had 2 touchdowns, bad call. Yeah, they were bad calls, man. I was talking about that on the live stream. Like I'm not one of them homer guys, right? When I'm watching Saints football, like I follow the New Orleans Saints. I cover the New Orleans Saints for those that don't know, but I'm about as fair as they come, man. They robbed Tampa in the first half on a couple of those turnovers. That was definitely a fumble recovery in return for a touchdown by Winfield, and I think that interception should have been returned for a touchdown then, like honestly. So, yeah, they definitely got screwed over Winfield should have had like 2 defensive touchdowns in the game, but those referees definitely didn't do a service to the Bucs. Let's see. DP Sage, thank you very much for the 499. Says, I'm not new here. I've always been lurking and never really active in the chat, but always support. Who that? Well, I appreciate that, man. Look, I know a lot of people, watch the content, and I appreciate that. They probably don't really comment, but they always talk about how much they like the show when I'm out and about, and I really appreciate that, man. Much love to people that be behind the scenes that just help the show to grow. All right, and we see a pass right here, and that's the Zach Ertz. I mean, that ball was wide open. Excuse me, John Bates, rather. I mean, normally you don't see John Bates catch passes. He's mostly the blocking tight end for the Commander, but he was wide open on that play. So right now, so far, man, Marcus Mariota is looking pretty good. I mean, no real big mistakes. Hand the ball. Here we go with a little bit RPO action, getting around the corner. Okay. Marcus Mariota looking like he's going back to Oregon around this thing. I mean, really good stuff right here. And really good play calling by Cliff Kingsbury, man. Really utilizing Marcus Mariota, his RPO game, his ability to be able to use his legs, and is actually confusing the Kansas City Chiefs right now. So we got a 2nd and 2. We got Krosky Merritt in the backfield alongside Marcus Mariota. He's on the right side. All right, it looks like the Chiefs are trying to send a blitz here. Let's see if they actually do it or they're just faking it. And there's a quick pass right here to give it off to Deebo Samuel, and he goes absolutely nowhere, man. I mean, real strong tackle right there. Deebo Samuel is a tough man to bring down, but he goes absolutely nowhere. He's going absolutely nowhere right now. So they're taking a look at the interception. You take a look. I mean, you got Patrick Mahomes looking off the defender. And honestly, it should have been caught by Travis Kelce. The ball just pops up in the air, and he's frustrated. I mean, justifiably so. You got to be able to help out your quarterback there, and he can catch that pass in his sleep. But sometimes when you get up there in age, man, that those reflexes kind of slow down on you. 3rd and 2, Mariota in the gun, looking, quick pass, caught, and what a tackle right there, man. Because Zach Ertz, if he would have broke away from that tackle, he would have got the first down. So it's 4th and 1. This is Dan Quinn territory right here. You got to wonder, are they going to go for it again, or are they going to try to kick a field goal here? All right, so I mean, a really quick pass right there. Tried to get Zach Ertz on an outright Hicks right there on the spot. So they're going to bring in McNichols, who is the power back, instead of Merritt for this play. So you got a plethora of ways you can actually approach this. Marcus Mariota can actually use his legs. We've seen it earlier, him doing so in a short yardage situation, but instead they're going in the gun. And I don't know what the heck that was, but it was incomplete. So that's going to be a turnover on downs. It looked like he thought maybe Terry McLaurin was going to go, straight up the field there on a one-on-one matchup. But instead you had Terry McLaurin kind of stopped on his route there. So a little miscommunication right there, but turnover on downs for the Washington Commanders. So the game is still 0-0 as of right now in the 2nd quarter. Should Kellen Moore stay or get fired? Kellen Moore should stay. I mean, the Saints look like slaw, but, I mean, we kind of knew that there was going to be this type of game anyway. TJ calling the game again. I have reason to live another day now. Appreciate you for being here, Josh. Hey, TJ, for once, there's no delay of you watching the game. You got jokes there because I'm in my living room, man. My office TV be in shambles, man. Let's see. Move Mickey to the food and beverage. I can't wait for tomorrow's show, NFC South Roundtable. Yeah, it should be fun, man. Should be a fun show. After yesterday's game, someone made a song intended for Gail Benson saying, please fire Mickey Loomis. I promise you it wasn't me. And I would love to hear it. Y'all know I'll be coming through with the hits, man. Let's see, Mariota is the perfect quarterback, 2 in the league. Yeah, I mean, Marcus Mariota isn't bad, especially like when you have a system that works for him. I feel like Cliff Kingsbury is that college-style coach, man. He can kind of cater to the quarterback, and I like how they're able to, like, they're using him in the running game. You know, they're rolling him out of the pocket instead of like trying to make him make plays from the pocket. I like this, man. I think it's a really good game plan. Now, is it going to be sustainable? You know, we'll see. But the way that they got this offense going, it's confusing to Steve Spagnuolo. And also you're seeing a lot of tempo right now from the Commanders, which if Spags tried to blitz, man, it can possibly hurt him, especially with that up-tempo offense. Saints hold golden ticket. How you feel about it? I mean, right now, yeah, they do have the number 1 overall pick, but I mean, I think it's good if you're going to draft a franchise quarterback, you know. But we know the New Orleans Saints, man. We know how they roll. Mickey Loomis looking for the best offensive lineman he can find with the number 1 overall pick right now. TJ, do you think we need a new offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator? Because I do. I'll answer that in a second. All right, so we see a run right there. I believe that's Isaiah Pacheco. So he gets a few yards on the play. All right, so Isaiah Pacheco has been playing pretty well this season. A lot of ups and downs last season. He dealt with a lot of injuries, man, that kind of affected his play. But seems like he's back to top form and he's running hard. And you're starting to see a little bit more of him and less of Kareem Hunt. It was kind of the opposite last year. All right, so 2nd and 6 for the Kansas City Chiefs. You got Isaiah Pacheco in the backfield to the right of Patrick Mahomes here. And here's the snap. And a delayed handoff to Isaiah Pacheco. He gets up the field, and he gets very close to the first down. He's tackled by who else? Bobby Wagner. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2. All right, so the Kansas City Chiefs trying to convert on 3rd down, and you have the Washington Commanders trying to get another stop. Trying to get another stop as the clock ticks closer to the 9-minute mark in the second quarter. Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs 0, Washington Commanders 0. 5 of 9, 37 yards, 2 interceptions for Patrick Mahomes so far. All right, so Johnson going across the formation. Quick pass. This is off to Travis Kelce. That is a 1st down, and he gets slung forward for more yards. And, man, did he need that. I mean, it was a rough last series for the big man, the future Hall of Famer. All right, so we see a quick pass right there. That's pretty much been a connection, I mean, for about 9 seasons. And Travis Kelce holding on to that football. And that's what you need, man. Help out your quarterback here. They need to get this drive going. 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. And here's a play action. Patrick Mahomes looking. Plenty of time. Throws the ball down the field. Wide open Travis Kelce. And he gets knocked out of bounds at the 25-yard line. So back-to-back passes to Travis Kelce. I mean, plenty of time. I mean, you cannot give Patrick Mahomes that much time to go through his progressions. I mean, Kinlaw gives him a little shove, but it's a little too late. I mean, he can look through his progressions 2 and 3 times. But nobody accounted for Travis Kelce just streaking in the middle of the field. All right, so 1st and 10. And here's a handoff to Isaiah Pacheco, and he gets up the field. He gets tackled. He gets about 7 or 8 yards on the play. So right now the Kansas City Chiefs are rolling. 2nd and 4 coming up as Travis Kelce enters the game. He was not in the game on that play, getting a little bit of a breather, back-to-back receptions. All right, I'll get back to your question in a second, Greg. I promise. All right, so here's a little option. And he gets around the corner, and he gets really close to the 1st down mark. All right, so they're going to call this 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1. So Smith is a rookie who they've been utilizing in the game mostly for, a lot of motion. He's a speedster. He mostly helps out on special teams. And now we see the short yardage back in Kareem Hunt, who shifts from left to right. And here's a handoff to him. He gets up the field, and he's still barreling forward, and they blow the whistle, but he does get the 1st down. So this is going to bring up 1st and goal for the Kansas City Chiefs. And you had to wonder, when, not if, the Kansas City Chiefs were going to be able to get a drive going. And right now they are really close to putting 6 on the board. And the Washington Commanders have got to make a stop. And if they do, this would be huge. All right, so here we go. 1st and goal. And Rashee Rice. And here a little bit of a handoff. And Rice leans forward, and they're calling it a touchdown. So a little bit of trickeration from Rashee Rice in the backfield. Gets the snap, and he gets a 8-yard rushing touchdown. But let's see if he actually got in. Elbow down, and he's probably going to be short. He's going to be about a yard short. But really good effort right there by Rashee Rice, who just lunges forward. And like I said, it's about an inch short. Short by an inch. But really good effort right there by Rashee Rice. And really good play design there. Really good play design by the Kansas City Chiefs. So as we wait to see, was this a touchdown? And more than likely, they're probably going to put it at the half-yard line. So you can do a plethora of things here. You can try to lean forward with Patrick Mahomes. And you can try to get it back to Rashee Rice again and you let this man get a touchdown. But let's see what they're going to do here. They're still contemplating, still waiting on it. All right, so they're going to say short of the goal line as the special teams leave the field. And Andy Reid and his offense goes back to work. So let's see how they're going to approach this. Like I said, half-yard line, 2nd and goal. But really good play design right here. We see Kareem Hunt in the game, and they normally hand it off to him in these short yardage situations. Let's see if Kareem Hunt is going to get the football here. As we look at a 2nd and goal, Patrick Mahomes in the gun. On the right of him is Kareem Hunt. Round of formation, Xavier Worthy to hand the ball off to Kareem Hunt, and he just gets into the end zone, and this is indeed a touchdown. So Kareem Hunt, 1 yard out, punches it in to give us the first points of the night, and they belong to the Kansas City Chiefs. So really good drive right there by the Kansas City Chiefs. 2 stalled drives early in the game, but it was inevitable that the Kansas City Chiefs were indeed going to score eventually. And now the Washington Commanders are going to have to go out there and go to work because they're in Arrowhead. The crowd is going to be into it. Harrison Buckner kick is good. So now it's 7-0. And Jaden Daniels only can look. That's all he can do right now. Seven to nothing, Kansas City, right here on the State of the NFL podcast. My name is TJ Jones. Thank you all for being here. 357 people watching this right now. I ask that you hit the like button. All right, to answer Gregory's question here, he says, TJ, do you think we need a new offensive coordinator and a defensive coordinator? Because I do. I don't think the Saints need a new offensive coordinator because that means they would need a new head coach in Kellen Moore. I don't think that Kellen Moore should be fired. I don't think there's really anything wrong so much with his play calling other than the fact that the Saints don't have the talent to be able to execute it. So maybe next year when the New Orleans Saints can get more talent and better talent, we'll see a better version of a Kellen Moore's offense. And as far as the defense is concerned, you don't really have too many talented players that, on your defensive side of football right now. You got a bunch of young, inexperienced players combined with a bunch of older players that are in the twilight of their career. So, let's see, what the defense actually look like when you actually got some hybrid guys out there that can fly around the field and make tackles. But right now, I just think the Saints are just going with what they actually have. So it's kind of hard for you to sit up here and play like the best offense and the best defense that you possibly can when you don't have enough talent to be able to execute it to the fullest. There's a delay, but this time it's 20 seconds instead of a minute and a half. Well, that's good. I'll take that. Hello, what that thing on your hat? What the thing on my hat, boy? What you talking about, man? That is the Jackson State University. And regardless of what happened against Grambling, they're going to be representing the HBCUs, the SWAC, in the Celebration Bowl. You can book that, baby. You can book that. Might well go ahead. If you're a Jackson State alum, go ahead and get them Atlanta tickets ready right now. All right? Go and get your tickets ready for Atlanta right now. Do you agree that those who are not producing should be either traded or cut? I mean, I think the Saints need to just go ahead and try to trade what they, the players that they can to try to get the best value that they can. Like this season is a wash. Like we already know this season is over. Like if you didn't watch that game yesterday and didn't tell you that, I don't know what to tell you. I mean, this season is pretty much over. I mean, done. Finito, kaput. Let's see. I hate it, but I lost so much love for the NFL after the Saints versus Rams NFC Championship game robbery. Yeah, it was pretty bad. I don't think that'll ever happen. I don't think I ever lived that down. I think that's probably the one Super Bowl in my adulthood I've never seen. I promise you, I couldn't tell you a snap. I couldn't tell you what happened in that Super Bowl. I'm serious. I couldn't tell you. I couldn't tell you not one thing. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you one thing that happened in that Super Bowl. That was just ridiculous. Please, Saints, don't blow their first overall pick. All right, so here we go. Here's a handoff. And, man, he gets stonewalled. And that's Nick Bolton right there, man, just completely, just obliterates him. And this is what you don't want, right? You don't want the crowd at full throat in the game, making it extremely difficult for you to be able to execute. So here we go, 2nd and 10, a little bit of tempo right there. Plenty of time, wide open, and they give it to James Bates again. And James Bates is just out there just making plays. Excuse me, Ben Sinnott, the former Kansas State Wildcat. I mean, man, all these tight ends making plays. Ben Sinnott, who is a very talented tight end, man. He was a guy that I was very high on when he was coming out of Kansas State. But good to see him actually making plays. Ben Sinnott and James Bates. I mean, who would have thought? But anyway, 1st and 10. All right, so here we go. In the gun, Marcus Mariota, handoff. Merritt gets past the line of scrimmage, pulled back, gets about a yard, maybe 2. All right, as the clock ticks down, closer to the 4-minute mark, Laramie Tunsil returns back to the game. He was dealing with an injury. And now he's back in the game, man. So it's good to see Laramie Tunsil out there, man. He's battling. You can see him grimacing in pain. They actually had Chris Paul playing left tackle in the game in his absence, but now Laramie is back in the game. So he's trying to battle. And Marcus Mariota, and he escapes, and he gets past the line of scrimmage and pushed out of bounds. But that's the best case scenario right there. I mean, he looked like he was dead to rights, and he ends up turning into about a 3 or 4 yard gain. I mean, George Kalafdis, he doesn't really miss too many sacks here. I mean, he had them, and Mariota just escapes the pocket and just gets as many yards as he can. He got about 3 or 4 yards, and he gets pushed out of bounds, but I don't think it was late. So 3rd and 5 for the Washington Commanders. Mariota in the gun again, and the Kansas City Chiefs showing blitz. And here you go. Here's the snap. Got time. Mariota looking and drops it in a bucket. And to McNichols. McNichols trying to get up the field, and he gets pushed out of bounds. So really good play right there by Marcus Mariota, and really good by the offensive line right there, man. Just able to give Marcus Mariota some time there, man. So really good wall right there by the Commanders. He's able to step up in a pocket, go through his progressions, finally checked down and with McNichols and kind of gave it a little bit of a no-look pass. I mean, a no-look pass by Marcus Mariota, keeping his eyes down the field, trying to confuse the linebacker to make sure that he doesn't follow his eyes. So here we go. Marcus Mariota setting up a 1st and 10 for the Commanders. And here we go. Here is a RPO, and he tries to get around, and he gets pushed out of bounds. He tried to leap over a defender, but they weren't having none of that. So it's going to be a loss of 1 yard. Trent McDuffie and crew just right there on the spot. So it probably was the best idea. A little bit of a, RPO. He probably should have handed off to the running back instead of trying to take it himself. But, I respect the effort. So they're going to say he got back to the line of scrimmage. And that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. 7-0, the Kansas City Chiefs on top as of right now. If LSU can fire Brian Kelly, why the F can't the Saints front office fire Mickey Loomis? Make it make sense. Well, it's simple. Okay, one guy was hired by the university to generate wins and bring bowls and legitimacy back to Baton Rouge, and the other guy who was left in the will of the deceased owner in Tom Benson to be a caretaker of a franchise. So those two things aren't the same, right? I mean, it's completely different here. One guy was hired, even though Mickey Loomis was indeed hired by Tom Benson, the late Tom Benson. Like I said, he left him in his will as the executive vice president and third in command of the decision-making of what happens to your favorite team, the New Orleans Saints, my friend. So that's the reason why, Frank. Those things are not like the others. They are not. Thank you, TJ. He needs the right personnel to run his offense. We got to give him time to get these players in the building. Thanks for saying that. Look, Lloyd, I do agree that he needs to get the right personnel in the building. I do feel that way, but there are a few things that bother me about Kellen Moore, and the lack of accountability is one. And also, man, just some of the things that I'm seeing with the undisciplined play. Like, those are the type of things that you can coach and that you can control. All these other things, like not having the right talent and, stuff like that, like, you can't control that. Like, you inherited this mess. So I'm not looking at it from that perspective, but I am looking at how you are holding guys accountable. How are you doing that? So I think that needs to change. I'm not saying, like, be true, stay true to yourself. But what I am saying is you're going to have to change some things or work out some things, man, because you can't be a passive-aggressive coach trying to rebuild and trying to restructure a team. Now, I know eventually, like, if you give Kellen Moore a few more years, the team will be built in his image, and maybe he'll feel like he has enough position and enough authority to be able to make those decisions because the team would be fully his. And he would have drafted guys, for about 2 or 3 years, but still got to hold guys accountable nonetheless. 2nd and 10 for Marcus Mariota and the Washington Commanders. Here's the snap. And here we go. Here is a screen pass. And I believe that's McNichols, and he tries to get up the field. And he gets the first down. Are they going to give it to him? No, they're going to say about a yard short. All right, so that's going to be 3rd and 1 for the Washington Commanders as they try to put points on the board before the end of the first half. As we slowly tick down to the 1:30 mark, Cliff Kingsbury on the sidelines calling plays. A lot of people thought he probably would have took a head coaching job last season, decided to come back to the Commanders and try to run it back once again with Jaden Daniels. All right, so here we go. A little bit of a stoppage. I don't know if somebody called a timeout, maybe some clock issues here. Okay, so they got an official review. So this is actually coming up from upstairs. Of course, we're inside the 2-minute mark, so all reviews are called from upstairs. And let's see. And they're saying that he's short, but when you look at it, you got to wonder, like, is he past the first down mark? And from that angle, it looked like he got it. Now, the question is, where was his knee at the time? So the knee is down there. All right, so you got his shin down on the turf right now, but the question is, where's the football? Okay, so they're saying he made the line of game, so they're going to give McNichols the first down. So they're able to right the wrong there that they were going to give him a 3rd and 1, but instead, after official review, going to give him a 1st and 10. All right, so that is exactly what the Washington Commanders need with 1 minute and 26 seconds left in the second quarter as we go to halftime. All right, so the question is, are they going to start the clock on the whistle? Because although he got the first down, this is in college. They don't stop the clock. All right, so Kansas City uses their timeout, so that's going to stop the clock. So they're trying to maybe keep some time on the clock. Maybe Patrick Mahomes can facilitate a 2-minute drill of his own. All right, so they're going to put 1 minute and 54 seconds, so another 30 seconds on the clock. All right, so they're just giving them more time right here. So you're wondering, is that too much time for Patrick Mahomes to be able to come back out there and maybe add some more points on the board? TJ, how you doing, brother? I'm doing good, man. Just here chilling, watching the game with y'all, man. Appreciate you for being here, man. Appreciate that. I will try to send you the song I was telling you about, TJ. Yeah, do that, man. Yeah, make sure you send it to me. All right, so 1st and 10 for the Washington Commanders here as they try to put their first points of the game on the board. I mean, they haven't played bad offensively throughout the night. Just a bunch of little mishaps during their drives that kind of stunt the momentum. All right, so here we go. 1st and 10. Marcus Mariota in the gun. And here's the snap. And he takes it himself. Tries to get around the corner and goes absolutely nowhere. Kalaftis and crew just right there just to corral him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to be 2nd and 10. Karlaftis is just a monster, man. He's had about 2 or 3 opportunities to be able to bring down Mariota. Mariota was able to get past him. I mean, he just shoved Bates out of the way, like, get the heck out of my way. I got somewhere to be, and that's to your quarterback, and able to get him down on the ground. So just really good penetration right there by Karlaftis. 2nd and 10 for Marcus Mariota and the Commanders. Here's the snap. Looking. Tries to hit it with a pump fake. Tries to get out the pocket. Tries to escape again. Runs. Throws. Pass. Caught. And it's out of bounds. Tried to get it to Deebo Samuel, so that's going to bring up 3rd and 10. I like Deebo Samuel, man, but, man, it seemed like he built like a tight end now. All right, so, yep. Really good effort right there by Deebo Samuel, man, but as we know, if the ball moves in any way, they're not going to give you that. And who knows, probably 2 years ago, that probably would have been a touchdown by Deebo Samuel. But here we go. 3rd and 10 for the Washington Commanders. Here's the snap. And he gets time. Throws. I don't know what the heck that is. Loft. And just a scary Terry. And it's out of bounds. Wow. Why did Marcus Mariota throw that pass like he did? Whoa. I don't know, man. That looked like a catch to me. One toe drag. Yeah, that's like a touchdown to me, my friend. There he has full control. That is a touchdown by scary Terry McLaurin. And there's not a human being that can tell me otherwise. What a catch. Toe drag, swag, and all. Caught right there. Tippy toes. Right there. Possession. Caught. If they don't get that man this catch, something is clearly wrong with the officiating tonight. What a catch. I ain't going to lie. Marcus Mariota made that extremely difficult. It didn't have to be that hard. He had both of those defenders beat. But what a catch. That's why he makes the big bucks, ladies and gentlemen. TJ, but he haven't been making the right decisions. It's time for him to let him go. Oh man, it's early. Like this guy's a rookie head coach who hasn't really he ain't got the talent. Like man, I'm all for letting coaches go and all that kind of stuff like that, man. But man, that's totally unfair. Like this man came to a unreal situation. Like I get he not making all the best decisions in the world. I get all that, but I don't think this man deserves to be fired. I don't think so. Now, if we keep on having these same issues like next year or something like that with the Saints, then yeah, then maybe you need to think about doing something else, but not right now. Let's see. If they respect them, they wouldn't have as many self-inflicted wounds called penalties. What's good, NFL fans? What's going on, Chosen? Appreciate you for being here. Says, what up, TJ? Did you watch the verses? Who wins on the verses? Cash Money or No Limit? I watched a little bit of the verses because the verses was on like the same night. Paxton had his championship game. Then we went out to eat, man, just to kind of celebrate my boy, man, just having a really good season. And honestly, I ain't really check out the verses, man. I seen a little bit of clip of it, but from what I heard, there was no Turk, there was no Lil Wayne. Like, how can you have a Cash Money No Limit versus if you don't have Turk or you don't have Lil Wayne? Like, I don't get it, right? And from what I seen, it seemed like Mia X brought that energy, but I thought it was, from what I seen, it was a lot of nostalgia, man. But who I think won? The city of New Orleans. So that's who I think won. That's who I believe won. The city of New Orleans won. All right, so the ruling on the field was indeed a touchdown. Terry McLaurin was able to get 2 feet inbounds. Here's the snap, placement, kick on the way, and woo! He barely gets it through, but nonetheless, it is good. So the game is tied at 7:58 seconds left. One timeout for the Kansas City Chiefs, and that is an eternity for Patrick Mahomes, of course. Miss you on the round table. Good times. Shouts out to my guy Smitty, man. Yeah, man. Shouts out to my boy Smitty. Yeah, man. Miss you over there, man. Man, we have a good time, but still, man, it's still all love and nothing but respect, man. Smitty, one of my favorite people right there. I tell people all the time, man. The only thing me and Smitty don't have in common is the love for our respected teams, him with the Falcons and me with the Saints. But that's my guy right there, man. Shouts out to Smitty. Miss doing the show with him, but it's still all love nonetheless. Deebo Samuel is a damn fullback playing wide receiver. Yeah, man. He seemed like he has gotten a tad bit larger, Mariota breakdance in Carolina, so I'm not surprised. Yeah, man, Mariota, man. What was this Mariota at in Atlanta? I guess that's what y'all were wondering. But hey, man, it seemed like y'all got y'all quarterback. And if Sunday didn't tell you that y'all got y'all quarterback, I don't know what will, man. For some of these Falcon fans, y'all, I don't know, man. They ready to write the man off already. All right, so here's a return. And, man, that's probably going to be on the return team. There's a flag on the play. You're right, TJ. Too early to get ready. Yeah, it's too early. That boy Greg ready. That boy Greg said, "I'm done with Loomis, Loomis pocketing money." Man, that man up there chilling with Chauncey Billups. That boy Greg said, "I want all of them out the door." That man said, Mickey Loomis dealing with illegal gambling. Oh, he can't, man. That man want our bread. That boy Greg had it. I get it, Greg. Look, I feel you, man. I'm just as frustrated as you, but man, we got to let this thing simmer a little bit. All right, 1st and 10 for Patrick Mahomes. He's in a gun. He escapes the pocket, runs up the field, makes somebody miss, takes a slide, and gets the first down. All right, so the clock continues to tick. He tries to hold on to the timeout. He tries to get his guys back to the line, and they're trying to get another play off at least. All right, so here's the snap. Mahomes looking, throws, pass, caught, Kelsey, first down. All right, so Travis Kelsey, really good catch right there, man. Defender draped all up on him. And now they're going to – all right, so they're going to call a timeout there. Let's see, I'm not talking about Kellen Moore. I was talking about he definitely need he done. In my opinion, he definitely need to go. No Nicki Minaj, no Drake, no Lil Wayne. Varnell, I can understand why though. I can understand why. We talk about the classic. Like Varnell, let me ask you this before we get started. Let me ask you this. How old are you? How old are you, man? How old are you? All right, because there's a difference, right? What you're referring to as is young money. You know, we talking about cash money, like the original cash money, like the hot boys. All right, so 1st and 10. I'll elaborate in just a second. 1st and 10 for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the snap. Mahomes looking, goes, throws the ball down the field and just slings it out of bounds. All right, so Kinlaw is able to get there with the pressure. So that's about 18 seconds. So you have to wonder, you got to start asking yourself, all right, do you want your quarterback to be taking unnecessary punishment here? All right, I get it, but you don't want to keep on having your quarterback just take unnecessary punishment. And that's like maybe the 3rd or 4th time the Commanders were able to get a clean shot on Mahomes. So 18 seconds left. 2nd and 10. Patrick Mahomes, here's the snap. He was in a gun. He's looking, throws the ball, zips it, and that pass is knocked away. And Amos is just right there, man. A really good pass deflection right there. I mean, can't play it any better. All right, so, I mean, really good play right there, man. They try to call a boo, but I think that was pretty much a bang play right there. Got there right on time. All right, so 12 seconds left, 3rd and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, so here we go. Mahomes tries to sling that thing and just throws it to the ground, but I have to wonder to myself, is that not a flag? And is that intentional grounding? So really good defensive stand right there, man. You could tell Patrick Mahomes wanted to sling that thing down the field and thought differently when he just realized nobody was open. And Frankie Louvu. So, that's intentional grounding. The ball didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. And I was like, I'm like, what in the world? So that's the end of the half. So 10-second runoff. We're at halftime. We got 378 people watching this live right now. Thank you so much. For those that don't know, my name is TJ Jones, and this is the State and the NFL, and this is the Watch Along Monday Night Football edition. Washington Commanders, Kansas City Chiefs, tied at 7. Both teams brung their A game today. You got the Washington Commanders trying to bounce back after a disappointing loss, and the Kansas City Chiefs have been one of the more red-hot teams in the league since starting the season off with back-to-back losses to start the season. So we're watching this game. Both teams need this in a major way. You got the Commanders who are playing without their starting quarterback, Jaden Daniels, who is out today, but Marcus Mariota has been playing very formidable. And, of course, you got Patrick Mahomes, who came into the game with only 2 interceptions. He actually has 2 interceptions in the first half. A couple of those interceptions were not his fault. I mean, just really good play by Marshawn Lattimore with the first interception, and a little bit of a tip drill thing going with his second interception. But all in all, the game is still tied at 7. Both teams' offenses were able to drive down the field. Defenses were able to make stands. All right, so read a couple of your comments, and we're probably going to step away for a few minutes, and we'll be back at the start of the second half. All right, so let me scroll down a little bit. I know I said a lot, said quite a bit. Let's see. Lord, not this trolling in. What are we talking about? Let's see. You come into the Atlanta Falcon game in New Orleans. I don't know, man. I might try to get down there. I might try to get down there for it. I do want to come down for a couple of games. I mean, Lord knows. My goodness. Man, I barely want to watch Saints games at my house. See, at least sitting up in there watching them like fumble all over themselves in person. But hey, I might be able to get down there, man. I thought the Saints was going to win after the verses. I don't know what made you think that. They locking up Mahomes tonight. Yeah, I mean, really good effort right now. I mean, nobody's open. Like, they're doing a really good job with the coverage. Damn sure did. Let's see. Man, Mercedes got mad and went in on Master P with a lawsuit on No Limit Records on Versus. She didn't show up on the stage with No Limit Crew. Snoop Dogg is getting fired up. And C Murder song, though, TJ. Yeah, man, Snoop Dogg came through, man, and brought that energy. And, I think that Mia X did a good job, too, man. Mia X, I thought that she brought the energy, man. She took advantage of the opportunity. I think a lot of people who didn't know who Mia X was or forgot who Mia X was, I think she made them remember. But Mia X has always been a legend, the Mama Mia, you know what I'm saying? Like before we had like all of these acts out here now, all these female rappers that we have now. I mean, Mia X, she a pioneer, man, especially like if you like was in knee deep in them No Limit Cash Money streets back in the day. Like she was. All right, so he said 53. But yeah, okay. But to answer your question, Cash Money, Hot Boys, right? You had Turk, Wayne, BG, Juvie, right? Those are Hot Boys. And then you had the Big Timers, right? Which is Baby and Manny Fresh. And then you had Slim, in the background. Like that's Cash Money right there. But then when you had No Limit, I mean, man, who didn't have Master P, like I said, Mia X, C Murder, Mac, Mystical, right? I mean, Silk the Shocker, and I mean, Fiend. Hey, man, look. Well, did I mention Mac? If I didn't, Mac. I mean, man, they had so many people on No Limit, man. Like, you remember, like, No Limit, they used to have, like, No Limit used to have like those CDs that were a little bit different from everybody else. Everybody else used to have like the little, fiberglass type CD. Like No Limit used to have like those CDs that like was like plastic, and they used to have like the little like great cool artwork, and then you open it up, you had like a little book, and in the book, you know what I'm saying, you had the lyrics where you can kind of like rap along, and then you had like you flip to the back, then they had like all the albums that came out from different artists, and then you flip again and they got the up and coming artists. Yeah, man. Yeah, Cain and Abel. Thank y'all, man. I mean, UNLV. Man, they had so many talented guys on No Limit, man. I mean, I think No Limit used to have like the best. I think they used to have like the best like CDs. Like everybody else, they just used to like give you like the little clear, clear fiberglass, and then like you just slide the little book in there. Then on the back, you know what I'm saying, like inside of it probably had like the song list on there, the record label, the copyright date, and all that. But I feel like Master P, they used to go above and beyond for that. They used to go above and beyond. Mia X was the best of the night. Yeah, she was, man. She came through with the old prime style hairstyle. You knew she was coming through. Let's see. I'm mad the original Ghetto DCD cover wasn't released. Hey man, I'm gonna be honest with you. Like I said, those CDs used to be, man, those CD covers used to be off the chain, man. My favorite, I'll tell you, my favorite album from each label. My favorite album from Cash Money, of course, was 400 Degrees by Juvenile. My favorite album from No Limit was probably C Murder's Bossaline. And then I do have a honorable mention. Mac Shell Shock. That was my favorite No Limit album. Mac was very underrated as a rapper, man. Like man, that was one of my favorite rappers as a kid growing up. Mac, but Shell Shock, everybody, my favorite album from No Limit, Boss Celine, with C Murder. So, I mean, True album was alright, but yeah, 400 Degrees was my favorite Cash Money album. Like Master P said, No Limit is an army, not the Navy. Let's see, Kelly Price on the stage with Mia X, TJ. Kelly Price. Anybody else low key watching this game to see Lattimore in action? Yeah, I mean, look, I'm always gonna support Marshawn Lattimore, regardless of what team he played for. Are they actually showing Saints highlights? Look, man, Mr. Ice Cream Man, yeah, the original Master P album. Let's see. Remember Master P, No Limit in the West Coast or the Dirty South compilation. Oh yeah, man. How you do that there? Let's see. Mine from C Murder was his debut release. Yeah, I mean, they had a lot of like, man, y'all know, man, No Limit used to come out with new albums like every month. Cause I mean, they had so many guys on the roster. I mean, everybody like Mystical, man. I mean, everybody, unpredictable. Like everybody love Mystical. But yeah, man, what we're gonna do is we're gonna step aside, take a little break. Want everybody to go ahead and get yourself something to eat, get yourself something to drink, and we're gonna be back at the start of the second half. So keep it locked right here to the State of NFL or whatever streaming platform that you're watching this on, wherever channel that you're watching this on. I appreciate it. Once again, we'll be right back. All right, welcome back. Stay the NFL podcast. Yours truly, TJ Jones, back at you. Start of the second half. Thank y'all for being here. You are live in the homie's living room as we watch this week 8 matchup. Kansas City Chiefs, Washington Commanders. Here we go. Rashid Rice trying to get up the field, get past the line of scrimmage, get about 4 or 5 yards on the wide receiver screen there. Shouts out to everybody here right now. Ask that you hit the like button if you just came across the channel. Shouts out to everybody that showed up early, showed up late, showed up in between. Hope everybody took the halftime break, got themselves something to drink, something to eat. All right, so 2nd and 5. Patrick Mahomes in the gun. Play clock ticks down to 2. Here's the snap. Steps up in the pocket, throws, pass deflected, and, man, takes a shot, and, man, no flag on the play. Well, there is a flag on the play, so they're going to call a defenseless receiver personal foul penalty there. And you have to say, man, I think I agree with this. You didn't have to hit him. You did not have to hit him. They did not have to hit Noah Gray on that. Quan Martin, I mean, just a boneheaded play right there, man. You got the Kansas City Chiefs dead to right. I mean, you know that the ball is on the ground, but you want to give a guy something extra. I mean, just undisciplined play there, man. I mean, stuff like that, you got to just be mindful. I mean, they've been playing pretty disciplined football tonight. First penalty of the night. Here's a quick pass, and he goes right back to Noah Gray. He gets rolled down to the ground by Bobby Wagner. Gets short of the first down. So it gets about 8 yards on the play. Patrick Mahomes with a quick pass goes right back to Noah Gray. Don't know what the world. I don't know what the world that was, man. I just think penalties like that, that's just selfish stuff right there, man. That doesn't help your team out at all. All it does is just keeps drive alive and builds momentum and ticks off the opposition. All right, so here we go. Pachenko gets the first down, gets forward, fights, throws this boy up in the air, and he's still fighting. I mean, we know Pachenko, man. He likes to fight. He's a scrappy guy. He runs with a lot of intensity. I mean, they picked him up like he was a child. All right, so really good run right there. That's going to bring up the first down. Gets past the sticks there. So, all right, so 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Ball at about the 49-yard line. Play action. Mahomes looking again, looking some more, checks it down, and this is to Kelce, and he's running, and he's still running, and running some more, and he gets down to the red zone. How in the world does Travis Kelce get that wide open is beyond me. I have absolutely no idea how you can get this guy. All right, but that's the one thing about Kelce. Kelce is like he's like one of those guys. It's like, man, he just sneaks out. Like you be like, oh, where is he? Like, because if you looked at the play, he was in the backfield. And you're like, I think I'll run, and like nobody accounted for him. All right, so too much time for Patrick Mahomes. They were to go from right to left. They hand the ball off to Isaiah Pacheco. He fights up the field and gets past the line of scrimmage. That's going to bring up 2nd and goal. Like, how does a guy get that wide open? MM says, TJ, how's it feel to be watching meaningful football? Man, I watch meaningful football every week. I don't just watch one team. I watch several teams. Like, I watch meaningful football all the time. Ain't about to stress myself out. Just because, like I said, just because I cover the Saints, don't mean that's the only team I watch. All right, but anyway, here we go. 2nd and goal. David Word, it goes around the formation. throws, pass, caught. Rice tries to lean forward, and they're going to say he's about a yard short. So they're going to say, they say he stepped out of bounds. Okay, so they said he stepped out of bounds before he actually launched forward, so that's going to bring up 3rd and goal. Let's take a look at this. Okay, so he steps out, knee out, and he's out of bounds right there. So, yeah, so, I mean, you think Rashee Rice want to get into the end zone tonight? I mean, so that's his 2nd time, him reaching forward, trying to get to the pylon, and unsuccessful. So here we go. 3rd and goal. We see Kareem Hunt goes in motion. And here he goes. Quick pass. Tried to pump fake. Patrick Mahomes. Flags everywhere. Draped up, dripped out. Tried to throw it to Xavier Worthy, and it's incomplete. Patrick Mahomes pointing to the secondary, saying it should be on them, but I think it's probably going to be on both teams. Probably going to be offsetting penalties here. Yep. Holding. Offsetting penalties. All right, so what you have is offsetting penalties, holding on both sides. All right, so the Commanders are trying to get a goal line stand here on a 3rd and goal. 10 minutes, 23 seconds left in the 3rd quarter. Both teams have 7. Game tied at 7. Patrick Mahomes in the gun. Kareem Hunt in the backfield. Short yardage back. Mostly seen in goal line situations. Xavier Worthy moves from left to right. Hands the ball off. But instead, and they're going to say, is it a flag? And no flag on the play. So Sorensen, and they're booing because they see that he had his arms around Noah Gray, but both guys were actually fighting for the ball. So let's see. It's amazing. It's amazing to me watching the Kansas City Chiefs fans get upset about not getting flags. But anyway, all right. All right, so 4th and goal. Mahomes looking, and that's probably more than likely going to be and it's a touchdown, Kareem Hunt. And that was a situation where a player had to make a decision. If he would have went back into coverage and guarded Kareem Hunt, then it would have been an easy walk-in touchdown for Patrick Mahomes. He decides to go after Mahomes and leaves Kareem Hunt wide open. I mean, there was no in between. I mean, he didn't have much of a choice. Yeah, he didn't have much of a choice. Snap, placement, kick on away. Harrison Buckner is good. So the Kansas City Chiefs come out the locker room and put 7 on the board. But honestly, you can thank the fine folks in that secondary for keeping that drive alive with that boneheaded, unnecessary roughness penalty. Man, crazy. Kathleen says, hey, TJ, have a great evening. Yeah, you do as well. Having a great evening, enjoying this football game. Appreciate you for being here. Our roster is going to change drastically in the next 2 seasons. Curious to see how Morris shapes this roster out. Yeah, I mean, I'm interested to see what the Saints can actually do. If Shug not it, TJ, who do you think the Saints draft at quarterback? Look, I already said Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore. Like, I don't care. I based on like what the Saints, like, I feel like will be that shot in the arm and give you some dynamic, like, quarterback play. Probably going to be Dante Moore. Probably somebody that's going to be able to spin that rock and be able to facilitate drives and play at a high level. Fernando Mendoza. Make them say, it was a classic jam. And this joint straight up, TJ Mystical is lit up almost at the end of the song. Here I go. That man right here, he fired up on his song. Yeah. I mean, that was the magic of Mystical as a rapper, man, the energy that he would come with. There was some classic songs back in the day, man. Those were some classic songs. It's a quarterback at USC that is the best. You talking about Lenore Sellers? Yeah, Lenore Sellers pretty talented. Yeah, I think he kind of like, he kind of tapered down a little bit. I thought that maybe he'll be more in his Heisman conversation, but he not really been in that conversation. I mean, has had a solid season, but like coming into the season, like he was the guy that a lot of people projected to be that top quarterback. But I'll go ahead and I'll take a look, man, while we looking at this kickoff here. We'll look at the top QBs in the 2026 draft. All right, we'll take a look at this. Oh, man. Wow. What in God's name was that, Lane? What was he thinking on that? Like, come on, dude. Oh, my goodness. Wow. Well, probably ain't going to see him back there no more. Man, what was that? Man. I'm telling you, man, when it rains, it freaking pours, man. Like, football is the game of emotions. Like, you got to be able to bottle your emotions. And, like, when it feels like all the momentum start to shift, everybody just gets uptight and they like, I got to make the play. Like, you got to do your job, man. Here we go. Here's the handoff. Go forward, gets a little bit of breathing room right there. And now you basically put your team, behind the 8 ball because now, oh, man, I hate to see it. Larry Matunzel, man, tried his best, man, to try to grunt through it in the first half and just don't seem like it worked out for him, man. You can tell like he was grimacing in pain. Brandon Coleman is in the game, second year guy out of TCU. Chris Paul out there, and now you got Brandon Coleman. All right, so here we go. McNichols, Mariota, look, throws, pass, caught. Terry McLaurin. So they definitely got out of enemy territory right there, man. Really good throw by Marcus Mariota. It's probably one of the best games he done played in a long time. And he needs this, man. And it helps to have Terry McLaurin back, who missed some time dealing with an injury himself. But really good pass right there by Mariota. I mean, steps up in the pocket, delivers it on time. And all right, so here we go. Terry McLaurin, 2 receptions for 29 yards and that beautiful touchdown he had at the end of the first half. All right, delayed handoff here. And that's DeCrockey Marion. He spins, leans forward, gives about 4 or 5 yards on a play. In a minute, we'll take a look at the top quarterbacks in this year's NFL draft, well, upcoming NFL draft, I should say. All right, so Terry McLaurin, of course, he had that contract dispute earlier. Marcus Mariota throws the ball up there. I don't know who he's throwing it to, maybe the guy, but that pass is incomplete. 3rd and 5. 3rd and 5 for the Washington Commanders. All right, so, in this type of situation, you're looking for Zach Ertz. You're looking for a Ben Sinnott, maybe even a Deebo Samuel as he checks into the game. All right, so you got to be able to sustain the drive. You got to believe that he's probably going to be looking at a tight end or maybe a check down to the running back. But let's see what they got here. And here's the snap. And here's something to pressure, throws, checks, pass, and it's incomplete. And Brian Cook is upset at himself because he felt like he had a pick. But man, I mean, what a rough drive for Jeremy Lane. I mean, Jeremy Lane had it. Like, okay, he got the ball right there. My personal opinion, he heard footsteps. Did y'all see how he leaned back? He heard footsteps. And he was like, man, if I make this catch, man, I'm dead to rights. That was a business decision. That's what you call a business decision, ladies and gentlemen. Tressway with the punt, able to get it off high, long. All right, and it is returnable. Tries to get around the corner. Good luck with that. Almost gets clothesline. And now the rest of the cavalry comes and knocks him out of bounds. So I don't know what the heck that was. All right, so let's see. It's the quarterback. I think I already read that. Jaden Maivia. Talking about the guy from Vanderbilt. TJ, first pick, who will you get? I already said Fernando Mendoza or Dante Moore. Yo, TJ, what's your favorite no limit of cash money in the old days? Like I said, I mean, the 400 degrees for cash money and Balsaline and Max Shell Shot for no limit. Lane catching like a lave. You remember the famous 90s Warren G song, this TJ B Warren G? Yeah. Y'all remember the famous 90s Warren G song? Talking about regulators or yeah, but I mean, yeah, who don't, man, Warren G a legend. That's one of my favorite rappers right there. Let's see. What's up, TJ? Hoping my Chiefs get the win. They looking like they will, man. But this is a tough game for them. Is it finally the time to put Shuck in for the rest of the season? I think so. Like, look, man, I like Spencer Rattler as well as the next man, but when you turn the ball over 6 times in 2 games, when you was already on borrowed time and basically your starting position was basically on a week-to-week basis, and the way that you were playing was how you were able to keep playing week after week after week. I mean, I think I'll be shocked if Tyler Shuck not the starting quarterback going into the game versus the Rams. But I feel like Kellen Moore kind of backed himself into a corner because during the recent press conference that he had on Monday, he was like, you're gonna pick the quarterback that gives us the best chance to win. So if you go with Tyler Shuck, you basically telling everybody you feel like Tyler Shuck gives you the best chance to win over Spencer Rattler. So there's that. I don't know if he meant to say it, but that's how people are gonna look at it. But I feel like, at this point, bro, season over with, you might as well just get the rookies some reps, give them an opportunity to go out there and play so you can get yourself a large enough sample size to see, is he the guy? Could he possibly potentially be the guy, or did you need to just cut your losses? All right, so we get around here with Pacheco, and I'm trying to close it up. Okay, so we're going to take a look at some of these quarterbacks that they have. Hopefully everybody can actually see that on the screen. But these are the top quarterbacks right here coming out. Dante Moore, Ty Simpson, Lenore Sellers. These guys are some of the top guys, of course. Like I said, you got Fernando Mendoza, Garrett Nussmeier, knock it off. John Mateer, Arch Manning, who I feel like is probably going to go back to college. But it will be interesting to see what the New Orleans Saints draft Arch Manning if he was to come out of college, if they got the first overall pick. That is such a New Orleans Saints thing to do, by the way. All right, Patrick Mahomes looking, throws, and wide open to Juju Smith-Schuster in the middle of the field. And that's a first down. Y'all want to know something crazy, though? Like, Juju Smith-Schuster is the type of receiver the Saints need. Like this the type of wide receiver that the Saints need right here. Like a guy that can like be in the middle of the field, kind of a bigger target, get yards after the catch. That's kind of the type of receiver they need. But anyway, First and 10 for Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. And here's a handoff to Kareem Hunt as my TV goes to black. Don't know what the heck happened. Trust and believe he got 2 yards on the play. TV did fade to black right here when Sopranos series finale on. Anyway, I mean, looking at the targets tonight by Patrick Mahomes, I mean, distributing the ball. I mean, Travis Kelce getting the majority of the targets. That's just the connection that those two guys have. So 2nd and 9. And you have Kareem Hunt still in the game as Noah Gray goes from right to left. And here we go. Patrick Mahomes looking, quick pass, and that pass is caught by Rasheed Rice. But it's up. Oh, and how in the world did Marshawn Lattimore not pick that up? Wow. Man. How in the world you don't pick that up, man? Come on, man. Come on, Marshawn, man. Like, Marshawn, come on, bro. You would have had a magical night right there. Interception and a fumble recovery. Oh, come on. Come on, OG. Wow. Missed opportunity right there, man. Missed freaking opportunity. Wow. Anyway, 1st and 10. All right, so here's the snap. Quick pass. Caught. Worthy. Tackle right away. Man, sometimes you just got to fall on the fumble, man. I know everybody want to pick the ball up and try to make a house call, but sometimes you just got to pick the ball up, man. I mean, just fall on the ball. You just got to fall on the ball sometime, man. Pause. 2nd and 8 for the Kansas City Chiefs. All right, man. Right now, I mean, At best, you need to hold these boys to a field goal. And Harrison Buckner has not been automatic as he normally has been all throughout the years. He struggled this season. All right, so here we go. Here's a snap. Nobody in the back. Check down. Pass. Caught. Rasheed Rice. Barrels forward. Tackle. But he gets the first down. So Rasheed Rice able to drive the ball down the field. And right now, man, the Washington Commanders defense, man, they on life support right now because it's going to be pretty hard for them to get back into this game if the Kansas City Chiefs can punch it in for another touchdown. Now we talk about 2 scores. Quick pass. Xavier Worthy gets around the corner, gets a few yards on the play, gets about 4 or 5 yards. So right now, Patrick Mahomes is feeling it, getting that ball out to the boundary and allowing his playmakers to get those yards after the catch. They are stretching out this secondary right now. So 2nd and 6 for the Chiefs. And we're seeing a lot of quick passes right now from Patrick Mahomes, almost like an extension of the run game. We know Andy Reid likes to do that type of stuff. Looking, plenty of time, too much time, way too much time. No look pass, Kelce, touchdown. Just zips it in there to Travis Kelce. 10-yard reception and touchdown for Travis Kelce. So I think that may put the big man over 100 yards for the night. I mean, he zipped that thing. I mean, that was a heck of a pass right there. And he's able to get both feet down. And, yeah, that is a touchdown. And Darnell Savage can do absolutely nothing on that. All right, so anyway, Harrison Buckner for the extra point. Snap, placement, kick on the way, and it is good. So Kansas City Chiefs slowly starting to pull away. Man, all you have to do is fall on the football, and we not having this conversation, folks. Fall on the football, and we not having this conversation. Fall on the football, and we not having this conversation. My goodness. But anyway, back to the quarterbacks. As we pull this back up on the screen here, hope everybody can see this. All right. doggone ass, man. But anyway, Dante Moore is ranked as the top quarterback according to Draft Buzz here, but I'm pretty sure this is. I wonder if they kind of update these things. Ty Simpson from Alabama, the number 2 quarterback on this board. Lenore Sellers, number 3. Fernando Mendoza from Indiana. Garrett Nussmeier, number 5. John Mateer, number 6. Arch Manning, number 7. Maeva is number 8. Kay Klubnik from Clemson, number 9. And Sam Levitt from Arizona State is number 10. Those are your top 10 quarterbacks right there. So Dante Moore is, the top quarterback. To me, I feel like this guy could be a difference maker, a needle mover, and, could be a guy that can provide a spark and bring some legitimacy back to your franchise. Now, you got to be able to put some pieces around the guy, but I think that he can be a guy that can make plays and be a dynamic quarterback for you. But I also feel Fernando Mendoza can do the same thing. TJ, I've heard the Raiders are interested in Alontae Taylor. Well, look, in my opinion, if anybody interested in any Saints player, look, y'all need to pick up the phone. That would be dumb to get another quarterback, or y'all trolling. What's your favorite classic Cash Money and No Limit movie, TJ? About it. The last time. Man, all the movies terrible, bro. All of them. None of them. All of them terrible. All of them awful, bro. All of them awful. Bad acting, bad camera work, bad. I respect the hustle. I respect the effort. Everybody needs to trying to do something different, think outside the box, get outside your comfort zone. But hey, there you go. That's a movie, Piano Dean. CB4. Now I'm down with that. How is Maeva behind Manning when Maeva leads to college football and QBR? That's a good question. But like I said, who knows when this was actually updated? I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure if I was to pull up, let me see if I can pull up from another list here. Let me see if let's see. Let's look at USA Today. I want to see if they can act. Now they just talking about top players, because I mean they got guys like Ruben Bain Jr. on here and Jordan Tyson. Like, I mean, we know these dudes some beasts, but I'm talking about quarterbacks. But anyway, let's get back to the game. We'll talk a little bit more about that. Marcus Mariota in the gun, quick pass, gives it off the lane, and his bad night continues. Probably gets back to the line of scrimmage. They're going to bring up 2nd and 10.
Patrick Mahomes knew that ball was important. He's the one to go down and get that football for touchdown number 83 for Travis Kelce. That ball will be tucked away on a mantle somewhere between multiple homes that the Kelce family.
All right, so here we go. 2nd and 10. Congratulations to Travis Kelce, 83 touchdowns in his career. Definitely a first ballot Hall of Famer. All right, so here we go. Mariota looking, plenty of time. Checks it down to McNichols, who's across field. And really good open field tackle right there by Brian Cook. So Brian Cook, I mean, I believe he's like in his 4th year out of Cincinnati, man. It was a guy that, I was really, really high on, man. I really like the way that he plays, and really good tackling safety, man. Aggressive guy, and, yeah, so, I mean, he's talented, man. Watched him all through college. I believe it was him and, if I'm not mistaken, Sauce Gardner. I mean, they were pretty doggone good at Cincy. But anyway, 3rd and 8. Marcus Mariota in a gun single backfield tries to throw 50-50. And Terry McLaurin, was he in bounds? And they said it's a catch on Trent McDuffie. Wow. Can we take another look? Oh, wait a minute. They talk about this actually saying it's incomplete. I don't know about that. Oh, no, that's a catch. That is a catch. If he got the first knee down first, bam, right there. He's in bounds. And that's a catch. That is a freaking catch. They ain't about to do my boy like that. That is a catch. That is a catch. Knee down right there. The inside knee went down first before the second knee touched out of bounds. That is a catch. They better not do my boy like this. They better not do my boy like that. They better not do Scary Terry. This better be a catch. That is amazing. Down. That is right, man. 1 knee equals 2 feet. Absolutely. That is one heck of a catch. That is perfect coverage by Trent McDuffie, by the way. But that was just an even better catch. They better not do my boy Scary Terry like that. They better go. They better come back with this as being a catch. That was, man. See, this is one thing Mariota needs to do right there. Like, see, this is what I'm talking about right there, man. Look, stand by your guy. Thank you. Like, Mariota, you should have been standing right there with your helmet on, bro. You over there sitting on the side with a ski hat on, bro. Like, man, come on, man. Man, what a catch. What a catch. And we're around this thing worried about Juwan Johnson. This man out here making these type of circuit catches. Juwan Johnson can't make a catch with 2 hands. He can't make a catch my 6-year-old son can. But anyway, 1st and 10. 1st and 10, ladies and gentlemen. All right, so here we go. Whoa, okay, a little end around right here to Deebo Samuel. Ain't going nowhere, but okay, I respect the play design. Maybe 3 years ago, that probably would have been a big run, but not bacon, egg, and cheese, Deebo. Nah. All right, so here we go. 1:08 and counting. We get close to 1 minute remaining in the third quarter. Luke McCaffrey goes to the outside. Here's the snap. Looking. Quick pass. Don't know who the heck you're throwing that to. Lucky that wasn't picked off. Marcus, man, you got to eat that, bro. Bro, you got to eat that pass. You knew this pass was blowing up. Like, you knew it. Look, why are you trying to get, like, oh, I don't know, man. I get it. I get the play design. You want to go with the play design, but you know, you seen that play was about to get blew up. Yeah, lucky that Luke McCaffrey ran back to the football on that. That probably would have been a house call. But anyway, 3rd and 11 for the Washington Commanders. And now they go back, confuse them, and that's a sack. So once again, when it rains, it pours. And this is what you don't want in Arrowhead, getting the crowd hype. And that's going to be the end of the third quarter. It might be the end of the road for the Washington Commanders as far as them trying to find a way to win this football game. Ain't nothing you could have did about that, bro. They confused the heck out of him. He thought they was going to rush, and they end up backing up, and he didn't know what the heck to do at that point. He didn't know what to do. He had no clue. If you get big on the national scene, where would you move? Would you move to New York? Man, no, sir. No, I would not. Look, if I get big on the national scene, you know where I want to move? I would want to move just somewhere comfortable, man. Somewhere where my family could be happy. Like, I have no intentions or aspirations of moving to New York, California, none of them places. Like, I'm good. Like as long as my family cool, as long as my family straight, and you know, I'm like a homebody, bro. I just want a house with a bunch of land, you know, be able to go outside and go for nature walks and stuff like that, man. I'm not like real big on like big fancy schmancy stuff, and be able to take Paxton to Disney World or something one day or something. Like, man, I don't take my wife, on a nice little trip. Like, to me, that's what I'm about. I ain't about like all that. Oh, look at me, look how much I got, look who I am, all that. I mean, y'all, if you've been around me or been following me or y'all kind of already know how I roll, man. I can care less. I mean, along my family street, I don't have no no destination spot where I want to stay. You stay in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina? Yeah, I stay in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. I don't know. I've been in Myrtle Beach. I've been in Myrtle Beach since 2017. So, man, like, shoot, been here for a good little minute. Yeah. Yeah, me and my wife actually moved here around the same time. Like, I think I may have moved to Myrtle Beach. I want to say maybe 2 months before my wife did. My wife is originally from Alabama, so yeah, she ended up like moving here a couple months after I did. All right, so they able to get that off. All right, says New Jack City. Yeah, that's a classic too. Would you call that a hip hop movie though? I guess because Ice-T was in it. I guess you can say that. Jawan Johnson can't catch a cold. Like it's a tiptoe on the field. Now that's a number one receiver. Yeah, absolutely. That's definitely a number one receiver. But I want to kind of go back to these quarterback prospect rankings. Okay. So this seems like this is more of a. Let's see. This is CBS Sports here. But they're not really giving too many quarterbacks. They're only giving like. Okay, so they got what 2, 3, 4. They got a top 5 here. So here's the top 5 according to CBS Sports. Number 1 is Fernando Mendoza. Number 2 is Dante Moore. Number 3 is John Mateer. Number 4 is Ty Simpson, and number 5 is Josh Hoover. Those are the 5 quarterbacks they have according to CBS Sports. See if we can find some other. Let me see. This is according to Bleacher Report. Let's see what Bleacher Report has. So Bleacher Report basically just has like the draft order of who the top players are. And of course, they got Caleb Downs, Reuben Baines, Jordan Tyson, Mansour Delane. Of course, the guy from cornerback from LSU, Fernando Mendoza, Peter Wood, Jeremiah Love, Jermaine McCoy, TJ Parker. Then you got Cassius Howell, Dante Moore, Cornell Tate. So they just got a list of top players. Yeah, but that dude definitely shut down. Definitely locked down. All right, so this is NFL mock draft database. All right. So as of right now, they got Fernando Mendoza going number 1 overall to the Saints. Then they got Dante Moore going to the Jets. Lenore Sellers going to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wouldn't be a bad spot. Ty Simpson going to the Las Vegas Raiders. And Garrett Nussmeier, they got him down at the bottom somewhere, hoping that he get drafted. TJ, I'm cool with it. I mean, we 1-7. Fire sales should commence. Yeah, I agree. All right. So anyway, 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs as we start the 4th quarter. In the gun is Patrick Mahomes. Gives the ball off to Xavier Worthy. Makes a athletic move. And he gets close to the 1st down mark. So right now, man, they're rolling. They are rolling right now. So you stay in Louisiana. I wouldn't mind staying in Louisiana. I mean, I would actually move to Louisiana. Like, number 1, if it was a job opportunity there, not only for me but my wife, but I would move back to Louisiana. All right, so here we go. Kareem Hunt, running the ball hard tonight. So Kareem Hunt, man, this is a guy who been serving his backup duty, but credit to Andy Reid. He understands who has the hot hand tonight. Like you roll with the hot hand. Like Isaiah Pacheco is your number one running back, but you roll with the hot hand. All right, so Kareem Hunt, man, has been running really well since he has returned back to the Kansas City Chiefs. And who knows what his career would have been like if he didn't get into that little altercation. All right, so Smith gets around the corner. And now it just seems like it's just it's just like all the momentum just starting to shift towards Kansas City. But there's a flag on the play. So he might need a receipt here because it's coming back. I live in Louisiana. Yeah, look, I would move back to Louisiana if the opportunity present itself. Like if I can work for like WWL or something like that, like I would come back to Louisiana. But I don't know if WWL want me to. I'll be off the air in 2 episodes around this thing. Shoot, y'all know how I roll. It's like it looked like the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be winning tonight, TJ. Yeah, it looks that way. All right, so but we do have a sack on the play by Martin, who has been a disruptive all night. And Martin has been disruptive all night. Man, he's able to get around, really good swim move right there. Able to get Patrick Mahomes on the ground. Especially offense is stepping up like that, and defense is dominating on Commanders' offense on the field. Yeah, kind of hard for him, man. You're playing in Arrowhead. You're down by a couple of touchdowns, and it seems like all the momentum is shifting away. But they have had some flags and a sack. But anyway, Patrick Mahomes, he's going to run this. He's running. He throws, flicks of the wrist, Rasheed Rice, and that is a first down. So, like I said, right now, man, it is. All right, so they look like they may have called upstairs, but it is a flag on the play. Or did somebody call from upstairs to try to take a look at Rasheed Rice? Okay, so taking a look, and that pass is caught. Okay, so he throws the football at him. Come on, dude. You done been through a whole lot of stuff, bro. Come on, man. Just stop doing boneheaded stuff. Like, I get it, man. Heat of the moment. A lot of stuff be going on the field, man. But at the same time, man, you got to channel your emotion. Dude is a talented guy, man. These players just got to stop getting in their own way with this dumb foolishness, man. Like, come on, man. You're a really good kid right here. Like, as far, a good football player. This looks like a completely different offense, him being out there, man. So you can tell how much he means to this team. Like, man, just play with some self-control. All right, so, man, 1st and 10 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Here's the snap. Delayed handoff. This is Isaiah Pacheco. Tries to get around the corner and gets the first down. Spins forward. Gets about 12 yards. And he's going to let somebody hear about it. Yeah, TJ, you got to be PC to be on TV. Yeah, I'm good on that. I ain't got to, y'all know how I roll, man. But look, I got to be honest. Like, I got to be real about it. I'm going to tell it like it is. But anyway, 1st and 10. Here's the snap. Here's a handoff to Pacheco again. This run is not as successful as the first one he had, but he does get about 3 or 4 yards on the play. So right now, it's about trying to just – all right, come on, man. Like, okay, bro, we don't need, like, everybody know the man story. Why you got to put this stuff up here? So why just step up here, man? Come on, man. Come on, bro. What the hell are we doing? What does it have to do? Like, okay, man, that man like served his suspension. Why we gotta have a graphic up there about this man's transgressions? And that pass is complete to Noah Gray, and that's enough for a first down. So right now, Patrick Mahomes is feeling it. And Javon Kinlaw is down on the field.
A 15-yard completion first down as they check on Kinlaw.
Man, Memphis Tigers got dogs on offensive and defensive line. Got the win over USF 34-31 homecoming game in 2 days ago. Okay. I'm have to check them out. Yeah, I don't agree, man. Why is that graphic on the TV, man? Why is that graphic on the TV? That means they was ready to cue that joint up the next big play that he makes. And then on top of that, okay, look what happened on the field for them to like cue up that graphic. Now this man up here, like he throws a football at the cornerback, and now you're gonna put up there that man transgressions like that. Come on, man. I mean, it's one thing me like talking about it here, but it's another thing for them to be putting it up there for a nationally televised audience. Like, oh man, he makes that bonehead decision. Oh, this is the reason why, because he got arrested a couple. Like, come on, man, we got to stop this. Let's see. I always get Vic Fangio and Steve Spagnuolo screwed up in my mind for some reason. Well, they're both really good defensive coordinators, so I mean, both of these guys are like pioneers. Both of these guys are like pioneers when it comes to the defense. I know I'll be looking at Spags and different things like that, man. Like me being a coordinator, for my son team, man, especially like when we be looking at like different plays to run. We gonna be like, shoot, gotta make sure my dogs hunt, man. Last game wasn't hitting on nothing, man. My defensive game plan wasn't hitting. we played 6 games, had 3 shutouts, and we picked so. TJ, I'm watching you in basketball games tonight. Well, Greg, I appreciate that, man. I wonder what happened to Kinlaw on this play.
That baseball background by Patrick Mahomes really does come into play. I feel like if you're going to really excel at the quarterback position in today's NFL, you got to be so instinctive. I just don't think there's more instinctive quarterback than Patrick Mahomes.
All right, so here we go. Kareem Hunt, I mean, gets slung forward. But right now, man, his running game is just running wild right now. TJ, do you have a basketball team? Nah, not really, man. I don't really watch basketball like that. Like, I'll go to a basketball game. I occasionally watch it. Depends on, like, something significant going on. But I ain't never really been a basketball fan like that. I mean, of course, I cheer for the Pelicans. I hope that they do well. I mean, being a hometown team and all, but I don't have a basketball team. All right, so here we go. Somebody going to be wide open. Noah Gray would have been wide open. TJ, you need a super bad boy logo, like a skull and crossbones or something, an outlaw biker with you. Nah, I think I'm good. I don't think I need nothing like that. Not really big on the skull and crossbones type thing. You been to a Pels game? Yeah, I've been to a few Pelicans games. I've been to a few Pelicans games before. And when I was like young in New Orleans, like when they were the Hornets, like when they had Baron Davis and all them, man, shoot, I used to roll up in them games all the time. Get them free tickets. We used to be out there watching P. Diddy and them out there doing their thing. Shoot, my boy Pedro Stojakovic pulling it from deep. That was my guy right there, Peja Stojakovic. Especially when he was with the Sacramento Kings too. That was my guy, man. That boy Peja, you'd be pulling that joint. Hey man, I mean, look, them old Hornets team, man, they were pretty nice with it. Like with Baron Davis and David Wesley and all them, man, they was a pretty good team. All right, so here we go. Isaiah Pacheco tries to lean forward. Gets a few yards on the play, whistles the play dead. So right now, man, the clock just continues to tick in favor of the Kansas City Chiefs, and they're still driving. So this has been a slow, methodical drive. And look at the time of possession, man. Just insane. 15 minutes and 56 seconds. Like, and counting in the second half. Just dominated the time of possession. That's not a good look, by the way. Jaden Daniels, his team down, he over there on the sideline smiling. I mean, I like him. And here we go. Rashee Rice into the end zone for the touchdown. And this has been a methodical and a systematic annihilation in the second half by the Kansas City Chiefs. And Rashee Rice, who has been flirting with the end zone all night, finally gets in. So we take a look at this play, little bit of a pick, and he just goes across the field. And, I mean, look, I like Bobby Wagner as well as the next man, but lining him up with the best wide receiver on the Kansas City Chiefs team, that is just not a good – just a recipe for a disaster, man. Recipe for disaster. Snap, placement, kick on the way by Buckner, and it is good. So 28-7. Man. Rest in peace to Wesley. Yeah, them boys used to have a team. Okay, TJ Hip. Yeah, man. I mean, look, them teams used to be all the chain right there. Chris Paul, David Wesley, Page, and Tyson Chandler. Yeah, that was the team that went to that deep run in the playoffs. They had that deep run in the playoffs. What was that? 09, 08, something like that? When they had that deep run in the playoffs? Remember what they got put out by the Trailblazers, right? It's a shutout on they done. But stick a fork in them boys. It was a competitive game in the first half, and then all of a sudden, like the wheels just fell off. Wheels just fell off, man. The Pelicans, hell no. I like the Lakers, TJ. Since my Saints can't get the job done, my Lakers are starting out good this season. I want to say Reeves had 51 points the other night? Austin Reeves? We had like 50-something points the other night. Chiefs going back to the Super Bowl. I mean, but that is that like a impressive feat in the AFC this season. And I ask that because there's not like a dominating team in the AFC right now. Like Buffalo, they look suspect. Cincinnati, like, man, it's just rough out there. No defense, no Burrow. Baltimore, like, they look like slaw this season. Lamar Jackson been injured most of the season. They just got their second win. The Chargers, they looked impressive on Thursday night, but man, they up there losing to the Giants and losing to like little powder puff teams. They not consistent. I mean, the Broncos look pretty good, but man, come on, man. I don't trust no Bo Nix in no playoffs. And I done seen enough of Sean Payton to know that they can win a lot of games, but we can go about going to that playoff, going to that Super Bowl. I don't know, bro. Shoot, I don't know. The Colts, yeah. But still, I mean, look good. But, I mean, will the clock strike midnight in the playoffs? You know, like, you playing in the AFC South. I mean, who in the AFC South? Jaguars? Titans? You know, like, then on top of that, what was their record last season? Like, when they like, you know, they playing like a third or fourth place schedule. So we'll see. We'll see. I'm happy for Danny Dimes, though. I'm happy for him. But you know, Indianapolis coach Dom. Yeah, I mean they looking good, man. Shane Steichen keeping it. He gonna keep his job. You know, he gonna keep his job. Right? Just had some quarterback issues. Anthony Richardson put that ball on the bench and look at him. And I completely forgot about Anthony Richardson. I mean, did y'all? I mean, I completely forgot about Anthony Richardson. Really, y'all remember? Like everybody was talking, man, they need to trade him. Like, Danny Dimes started balling. Nobody said nothing about no Anthony Richardson in weeks. 1st and 10 for Marcus Mariota, and that's gonna be a false start. Jim Mara voice, the playoff. Playoff. You kidding me? Playoff. The Steelers are basically being handed the AFC North title as of now. The rest of that division is wetting the bed. I mean, they terrible. Browns? Browns are what? Lost to the Jets? No, that was Cincinnati that lost to the Jets. All right. I don't know what that was. That was terrible. He only signed a 1-year deal. Well, hey, they ain't letting that man out the door. They about to sign him to a contract extension. They about to sign Danny Dimes to a contract extension. Do you hear me? Like they're gonna sign him to. They're not gonna let that man get out the door. TJ, this game was over after halftime. Yeah, it was, man. I mean, it was pretty formidable in the first half, and they made them adjustments, and the rest is history. Second and 15, way too much time. Mariota, okay, gets tripped up, almost got through. Come on, man, you gotta hit that gas, man. Third down. 7 minutes, 26 seconds left in the fourth quarter. So, man, that's a tough schedule right there. You got the Seahawks and the Lions, and then you got to play the Dolphins and man. That was not Jaden Daniels, by the way, who they just showed. That was not Jaden Daniels. I don't know who the hell that was. That was not Jaden Daniels they just showed. Come on, man. Come on, Zach. A little bit too much mustard on that hot dog, by the way. So he was going to run a slant, and he just basically threw him the ball for you and got out his break. And it was a little bit behind him. And that's tough. Browns got whooped too. Yeah, they got and Myles Garrett had 5 sacks in that game, bro. 5 sacks, and they still didn't win. Yeah, he's gonna return that, man. He gonna do something with it? Okay, nah, he ain't doing nothing with that. TJ, do you feel bad for Myles Garrett? LOL, I don't. Well, look, I don't because at the end of the season last year, he was up there upset talking about, man, I'm ready to go. They need to trade me, this, that, and the third. And then all of a sudden, like, they give him a contract extension, but he was just doing that just to get paid. So I guess he feel like if I'm going to be miserable, at least I can get paid being miserable. But no, I don't feel sorry for him because he had opportunity to leave, and I'm pretty sure they would have got one heck of a deal for Myles Garrett. But he decided to sign that contract, which made him the highest paid pass rusher in the NFL, and he deserves it. But I don't feel sorry for him because he had opportunity to get the heck up out of there. The Patriots are a force in the AFC. Force? No, I don't think they're a force. I think they're good. I think, I think the AFC is wide open this season. I think the AFC is wide open. Like, I would not be surprised who would represent the AFC in the Super Bowl this season. And it may not be a team that you expect. Like, it may not be a team you expect. Like, I don't know, but like, I'm not confident enough to say Buffalo is going to represent the AFC, even though a lot of people would say that they would, but I don't have that type of faith in him. Richardson isn't a good quarterback though. Just needs a good system. Or are you saying he is a good quarterback? I mean, I think he's athletic. I think that he's talented, but I don't know if he's like a good quarterback. I don't know if he's a franchise quarterback, to be honest with you. I think that a lot of people became enamored in it. And I promise you, I was at the draft. Like I was literally at the draft when he was drafted, like standing next to this dude. Like he is a large human being. Like you don't really see too many quarterbacks like built like him. Like Cam Newton is like one, like just fit like physically imposing. Like, but I think a lot of people kind of fell in love with his upside. Like, man, he can run that fast. He's that big. He's that strong. He got an arm like that. Like, he got a live arm. Like, we talking about 75, 80 yards easily. Easily 75, 80 yards. Like, but man, at the same time, man, you got to develop that. You gotta find the right place for you. You got to find the right marriage. I agree with you. Maybe he can end up being something special, Greg, but it got to be the right marriage, man. TJ, do you think we have any players on the roster that can be traded for at least a second round pick? Probably Olave. Here's a handoff to Kareem Hunt, and they're just going to be milking the clock. Yeah, probably Olave. Probably give you a second round pick. I don't think anybody else would. I don't think anybody else on the roster would be able to give you a second round pick. Like Kamara at best probably get you a third or a fourth. But yeah, Olave is probably the only person that would probably give you a second. All right, so 2nd and 6 as this game continues to just wind down. It's pretty much a foregone conclusion that the Chiefs are going to come away with their fifth victory of the season. All right, so Patrick Mahomes in the gun, and they're going to throw it, and he just goes ahead and just takes the sack. Man, let him go. And that's going to be a flag. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. I don't understand what's up with these cats, man. Like, I don't. I get it, man. It's a rough night. You felt like you was in a game. Like, unnecessary. Like, unnecessary. Like, play over. Whistle, blow the play dead. And you just want to sling the guy down. Okay. Yeah, that just I mean, that's a frustration penalty right there. You just frustrated, man. Tired of him. Feel like you doing everything you can to try to get to him. Come on, bro. That ain't even nothing to argue about. Like, come on, dude. You already know. Said bad officiating. Nah, bro. I'm sorry, Jared. That play was blown dead at the 15. He slung that boy back to the 5. I mean, let this man just couldn't hear. Maybe he couldn't hear something. Maybe he couldn't hear the whistle. TJ, I didn't realize the Saints got the worst record in our division. I told you, TJ, Mickey, keep on. They're going to be at the bottom of the division. Carolina Falcons is better. Yeah, I mean they already are. The Saints are not only at the bottom of the division, they're at the bottom of the conference. The Saints are like, look, according to strength of schedule, that means according to record, the Saints are the worst team in the NFL. Like we can say, man, well, they better than some of these teams. I'm just telling you what it said to me, according to the record and the strength of schedule. These Saints are the worst football team in the NFL. They have the worst record in the NFC. So do with that information as you will. What are you doing, boy? That boy think he had UFC with it. That boy think he Reggie Bush. That man think he in college. Reverse and feel like that. That's when you know the game over, by the way. This is the NFL. And Andy Reid looking like, man, what in the world are we doing? That's when you know the game over. When you see nonsense like that, like him reversing field like that. Come on, man. How many reverse plays do you see like that in the NFL? So these guys like, man, okay, man, let's just live to fight another day. 1st and 10, Kansas City. All right, so here's a handoff to Isaiah Pacheco. He leans forward, gets back to the line of scrimmage. That's about it. It's going to take time. Y'all act for a rebuild. Yeah, definitely act for a rebuild. You get what you paid for, I guess. But at the same time, I still find it extremely hilarious watching these Saints games. And it still don't defeat the fact that they look undisciplined. Now you see why I be bashing the referees. They love Mahomes. Oh, yeah, they love Patrick. Look, that's their cash cow. They gonna take it. Like, come on, Jerry. Like, you know, man. Like, are you gonna give your prize pup? Are you gonna just give him some regular dog food? If he's in a Westminster Dog Classic, are you gonna just feed him pedigree? Of course not. Ooh. Oh. Oh, my goodness. Is he all right? That's the real question. I know that hurt. That boy got a leg whipped. Said TJ, I'm just calling that. You already know, man. That's their cash cow right there, bro. They ain't about to look. You breathe on Patrick Mahomes. Illegal breathing. Like they do not want him to go down. Y'all remember that year when Tom Brady tore his ACL at the end of the season? What they did? Can't go nowhere near the quarterback legs. Don't touch his legs. You better give him your legs if you get close to him. All right, so here we go. I mean, just frustration tonight. Kareem Hunt goes forward. Probably going to be seeing him most of the night. No need to bring back Isaiah Pacheco into this game, by the way. Even if he can come back, no need to put him back out there. If the Saints officially get the first pick, do you think they should trade back for another first-round pick? Nope. Get the best player available. Get the best player available. Get the best player available. That's what you do. You get the best player available. Man, I don't think he needs to go back out there though. I mean, but he's a competitor. I don't think he should go back out there. Washington Commanders got beat up and got buried on the graveyard by Kansas City Chiefs, just like the Undertaker fight on AJ Styles. Man, talking about that WrestleMania match. That cinematic WrestleMania match. That was during a pandemic, though. Only McVay can save Richardson. Yeah, it have to be somebody like that. It have to be like somebody like McVay or Shanahan. I think Kellen Moore can do something with him. I think Kellen Moore can do something with Richardson. I think he can. Richardson, I think I read that. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I think he probably can do something with him. Trying to see what a coach, Kevin O'Connell probably can do something with him. I mean, Seattle got Jalen Miro, but then Clint Kubiak probably can do something with him. Yeah, I mean, they got a few teams out there that they can work with him. Probably can do something with him. But yeah, I don't think Shane Steichen is. I don't feel like he's the right coach. I don't feel like he's the right coach for him. But man, he got Danny Dimes out there balling. Let me see what Daniel Jones' stat line looking like this season. See what Danny Dimes doing. Danny Dimes, this is his stat line. He's completed 71% of his passes, 2,062 yards, 13 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. But to be honest with you, I mean, Danny Dimes never really had an issue with completion percentage. I mean, he's always kind of like been around 65, 67%. Man, I don't know, man. It's just something about these New York teams, man. They just bring out the worst in quarterbacks. I just think it's like the impatient, like the impatient fans. Like they want Super Bowl MVP caliber quarterback play like off the bus. Like they ain't got no time to help guys develop and all that. We ain't got no time for that. This is New York City, man. We fast money. But anyway, 3rd and 9 for the Kansas City Chiefs. Quick pass right there to Rashee Rice, and he gets tackled right away by Bobby Wagner, and he's going to be short of the first down, so probably going to end up punting the football. Greg says, I've been saying it, Mickey Loomis, people forget the Falcons when they went to the Super Bowl after they were sorry, but they've been starting to rebuild. We just started this year out of all the teams. Yeah, I mean, it's a slow process, man. Nobody likes to rebuild. Nobody likes to look bad and feel embarrassed and all that kind of stuff, but this is where the Saints are. And, like, you know, probably going to be this way for a minute. I just hope that they can actually play better each and every year that this process takes place. Lane, and this is going to be returned right here, and he gets around the corner and goes around and gets dropped at exactly the 20-yard line. All right, so 2 minutes and 16 seconds left. What you want to do is maybe like put together a drive, all the while making sure that you don't, suffer no serious injuries in the process. I mean, Patrick Mahomes has been wheeling and dealing just all night. And then when momentum really started going, that's when he started throwing all them weird passes, be trying to put on a show for the fans. I was a little concerned, man. You know, Patrick Mahomes is synonymous with the south of France, like Mohawk haircut, and then he went to a taper fade and seemed like, he wasn't playing at the top level, but it looked like the taper fade working for him now. Now you're going to have a whole bunch of little Patrick Mahomes out here with the tapers. Taper Pat. So Spags is still trying to coach the defense, trying to keep these boys at 7. Very prideful bunch here. Every yard counts to them, regardless of what the score is. They want to do their job. 28-7. Here's the snap. Mariota, quick pass. That pass is caught by Zach Ertz. He gets about 5 or 6 yards on the play, and that's probably going to take us to the 2-minute warning. I told you Washington Commanders got the nail in the coffin tonight, just like the Undertaker fight on any opponent with casket match in WWE 2K. Yeah, man. I mean, they got it pretty much well in hand here. Maybe it's going to be rest in peace in a minute to the Washington Commanders. But that's why, man, you got to win. Like, you never know what the team going to look like. You never know what a team is going to look like. Every single year, like you just don't know, man. Like you be like, oh man, we'll be back. Man, Washington Commanders probably felt like, man, we right there, right? At the NFC Championship game, going up against the Philadelphia Eagles. Bro, you gotta win. You gotta win. You gotta take advantage of the opportunities when they present themselves. All right, but at the end of the day, man, got some pretty talented quarterbacks coming through this draft, and I'm interested to see how these quarterbacks down the stretch can be able to separate themselves, man, and also just the whole process. Because I mean, every year there's always that quarterback that nobody ever heard of, and we watched the tape, and I tell you, look at the zip on that ball, and that boy can play dead in a Western. As soon as you get to the NFL. Pick six, shorty. Every year is that quarterback. Every year is that quarterback. Unfortunately, if you're a Saints fan, that's who Tyler Shuck was. Tyler Shuck was this year's NFL draft darling. Like nobody was talking about no Tyler Shuck until like the draft process. And then all of a sudden, did you see that kid from Louisville, Tyler Shuck? Look how he has the zip on the ball. I'm like, who? Everybody like that. Every year there's that quarterback that nobody ever heard of, that nobody really be talking about. And then all of a sudden, like some old white-haired scout just come out there. I tell you, I've seen quarterbacks play for the last 60 years. I ain't never seen a quarterback zip like this. And then all of a sudden, everybody talking about it. Hey, let's see. Matthew wants to coach LSU. I'm pretty sure he does. I'm pretty sure he does, man. But, anybody, they ain't giving that to Tyron. They're probably like, Tyron would like for you to help out with the secondary or something like that. They'll probably have him out there as a position coach. He ain't about to be no head coach. Free play. I know how, man, because Chris Jones jumped the line. Man, Chris Jones, that boy be playing lazy out there. Sometimes he just be doing stuff because he ain't interested, or he just checked out. Said game over. Yeah, I mean, the game been over since the third quarter, to be honest. Yeah, they'll probably make Tyrann Mathieu a position coach, man. They ain't about to get that boy no head coach. They ain't for they ain't for them. All right, Marcus Mariota, check down, caught, McNichols. And right now, just trying to tick down back to the drawing board for the Washington Commanders. Thought it was a formidable effort by the defense in the first half, but, man, when you're dealing with, one of the greats in Andy Reid, I mean, you give him time to get those halftime adjustments going, it's going to be a rough night for you. Mariota tried to scramble out the pocket and lean forward, saying that the ball came out, but he did get the first down. So they're going to make it a fumble, but it went out of bounds. TJ, I appreciate you keeping it real about the Saints. I didn't want to believe they are this bad, but, man, it's unwatchable. But, man, it's terrible. It's terrible. But I tell you, it's funny. It's funny, boy. That Juwan Johnson drop yesterday, man, that Tyler Shuck, when he rolled out the pocket, when he broke away from that sack and still checked it down to Jack Stool, man, like, bruh, that was two of the funniest plays I've seen in a minute. But that Juwan Johnson drop, oh, man, that boy, that took me the heck out. That took me the heck out. Here it is right here. Tyler Shuck looking, throws. Man, that was hilarious, bro. And that pass was intercepted, and that's going to be the end of the game, ladies and gentlemen. So the defense gets their stand. I mean, you basically got a special teams backup in the game. He gets the interception, and there's a flag on the play, but it's pretty much over. Yeah, Juwan drops. Drew drop. John. I would have said Juwan Dropson, but I get what you Man, Drew Drop Johnson. I would call him Juwan Dropson. That's what his nickname. Yeah, man. I mean, look. Yeah, that was hilarious. Man, that was funny. My mom was like, I was talking to my mom today. She was like, I know you thought that was funny. She was like, I mean, because look, shouts out to Trizzy, man. So Trizzy, one of the main day oneers out in this mug. Like, he ended up like hitting me with a message. He was like, hey, man. He was like, because I was still laughing about the whole Tyler Shuck thing. So he was like, man, you think that was funny? Watch this. So I'm already like prepared, right? I'm prepared for it. Like, so I'm like, okay, let me see what this dude did. When I seen Jawan Johnson drop that ball, when I seen him drop that ball,
when I seen him throw that ball, I was like, oh my God.
When I seen that, bro, I was just, man, that was funny. Jawan Johnson ain't got to do another thing in his NFL career. That's gonna be, man. That's gonna be one of they're gonna stay with me. They're gonna stay with me, man. That was hilarious. But anyway, the game is over. The final score: Kansas City 28, Washington Commanders 7. And that's pretty much it, ladies and gentlemen. Kansas City Chiefs go to 5-3. Washington Commanders, unfortunately, go to 3-5. Trying to get back in their winning ways. I believe they play the Seahawks on Sunday. So a short week for the Commanders. They got to get back. They got to get back on a horse here. And, try to get themselves back to some winning. So Jaden Daniels, back. Hopefully he'll be back not on the sidelines, but actually in the game. Shouts out to everybody that watched this, all 419 people that stayed to the very end. I ask that you hit the like button. Thank you so much for your time. You can follow me on X at TJAYJones8. Make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe to the State of the NFL podcast channel. And I would be remiss if I didn't mention the fine folks at MyBookie. Make sure that you download the MyBookie app. Okay, start placing your bets today. If you probably bet on the Kansas City Chiefs tonight, then you got yourself paid. You got yourself that Skrilla. And if you didn't bet on them and you bet up to $500, hopefully you use that buy-in option up to $500 so you wouldn't have lost that money and have to explain to your wife why $500 is out of your account and you can't account for it. Now you got to sleep on a couch. Now you're trying to hit me up for some bread. You don't have to worry about that, all right? Get that buy-in option, all right? Make sure that you use the promo code SAINTS, all right? I ain't got no blanket for you. I ain't got no pillow for you, all right? But I do have the promo code of SAINTS, all right? So make sure that you use that promo code, use that buy-in option, and download the MyBookie app, all right? So appreciate everybody tonight. We'll be back. Hopefully we'll be back on Thursday for Thursday Night Football. I don't think any type of situation should come up. I should be able to do that live. So we'll be back on Thursday to do the primetime game, Thursday Night Football. Let's see what we got. Let's see what we got on Thursday night. Let's see what we're going to have on Thursday night, folks. So on Thursday night, we are going to have, in week number 9, the Baltimore Ravens versus the Miami Dolphins. So Lamar Jackson will play in that game. He will return back to his home state in the area where he became a legend. He'll be taking on the Miami Dolphins. So we'll be having that game. We'll be giving it to you right here and probably going to be in the office because my wife's going to be like, man, none of this. We ain't going to keep on making this a habit. So probably going to be back in my office again. So this is probably the last episode we're going to do from the living room for a minute. All right, but thank y'all so much. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that like button. Till next time, I'll see you down the road.